And if it takes time, I'm like, how much time? More time than I have in the day? It's impossible. The same amount of time in every day. And I have no problem understanding all of the times that the market wants to make important. And if it wants to take time to go sideways and offer us opportunities to collect our thoughts and think about the plans and so on, or whatever is to happen next, or how far we are along the journey to the target, or this and that, that's absolutely fine. But I know in an environment where, let's say you know nothing and somebody tells you to wait, you have nothing to do, nothing to look for, nothing to seek, nothing to actively keep you busy, nothing to look forward to. Some people would say that could even lead to something to worry about, because such a lack of understanding would start to, in my opinion, make people think, well, what is going to happen to me? God forbid they buy too much, God forbid they choose the wrong direction, or they get an idea based off of emotion that allows them to, get involved with a situation that harms them. Or the news convinces them into something. That's another thing. If they're sitting there and they don't know what to do, they start to try and find things to compel them to take action. Like when they see a big move on Tesla or something, they think, oh, I better check the news because I don't understand why the movement happened. I need to find something to tell me why it happened. And as soon as they are told, oh, there was a report today, 4 hours ago, it's like, oh, it must have been that then, right? But I'm like, wait a second, this move happens now. That was 4 hours ago, and there was a move for that. But still, it doesn't cue into their head. It's like, oh, it must have been that report, I guess. And I'm like, that's how far they don't understand. I'm like, it's insane to me that they're just trying to be content out of being told by the news that, hey, things are the way they are because of this event. Yet, I can prove that the destination of those events are made clear before the events even happen. Many times around, it's very clear due to the technical analysis exactly where it's going to go prior to the report and what we can expect of the report to be. Or better yet, how to safely position yourself for a report that you don't know the outcome of. Because, I don't expect anybody to understand what the economic outcome of the report's going to be, or whether or not there's more jobs or less jobs. I just don't I can tell that the weight of these reports is not as significant as the technical analysis that comes before them. That's the truth of it. Because the reports wouldn't lead to the technical targets if the technicals weren't as important. It would just erratically move on the report and it wouldn't focus on technical analysis. But as soon as that report is finished and then the shock value is being implemented, where does the shock stop? Where does the excitement end? And why does it have to be at a particularly precise technical level every single time, instead of a random one? Because it could be a random one. It could try to avoid technical levels sometimes, but it doesn't. It could try to avoid them. That could be part of our future, like when, they try to, people catch on, I suppose, and they start to try and avoid them drastically. That could be an option. It's trying to avoid levels that have been working. Just like when we see Head and Shoulders work one day and then they fail the next. Like everything that we see working now can fail, and that can be a different day. But there could be good reason to assume it should fail. And that's the name of the game, is to have a relationship with the market that allows you to understand whether or not that ordinary pattern is going to fail. And it's one of those situations where you get what you put into it. Like if you truly understand the market, it comes from spending time and understanding exactly what it has done and what was important to it and how it treated the people that were exposed to the important technical pattern, and how it treated people in some cases really badly in order to advance the bottom line forward. like making the biggest, best trends start on squeezes of short-term traders that end up bleeding into really long-term trades and lasting multiple days.